Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Thursday, January 9th, 2025, and these are your Unbiased Updates. Wildfires still burning in Southern California. The number of people dead, growing homes and buildings destroyed now topping 1,000. This morning, if there's any progress on the fire lines. And changing plans, how the infernos are leading President Joe Biden to cancel his final trip as president, and what President-elect Donald Trump had to say while in Washington on Wednesday.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
This morning, at least 5 wildfires are burning in the heavily populated Los Angeles area of California, destroying thousands of homes and putting millions of lives in danger. As of this morning, 5 people have died. More than 100,000 have been forced to flee from their homes as dry conditions and strong winds push the flames out of control from house to house, building to building. The newest fire is the Sunset Fire, which sparked last night in the famous Hollywood Hills area. That fire engulfing 60 acres, according to the Los Angeles Fire Department. This morning, it is 0% contained. But it's the Palisades fire that remains the biggest threat, now covering more than 17,000 acres and zero containment. The flames and smoke overwhelming firefighting efforts as the Santa Ana winds keep whipping. Officials say it has destroyed at least 1,000 buildings, so far making it the most destructive fire in Los Angeles history. One driver said, quote, "It's like driving through hell itself," with flames on either side of the Pacific Coast Highway. The Eaton Fire near Pasadena and Altadena has proved deadly. All 5 deaths reported are linked to that particular fire. It now spans more than 10,000 acres and is also 0% contained. Fire crews have made headway on the Hearst Fire in the San Fernando Valley. It's now 10% contained. However, it has spread to almost 900 acres. Crews have also made the most progress in fighting the Lydia Fire in Acton, about 50 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. That fire scorching about 350 acres. It's about 40% contained this morning, according to the latest update. California Governor Gavin Newsom says more than 7,000 firefighters are battling the flames, including crews from Oregon, New Mexico, and Washington State. And while mandatory evacuation orders are in effect for certain areas, officials have told everyone in the area to pack a go bag and be prepared to leave. With tens of thousands of people affected by the ongoing wildfires in California come countless personal stories of loss, grief, shock, as well as, in some cases, gratitude. Among those impacted in the Los Angeles County and Hollywood area, not surprisingly, some famous names. Celebrities sharing their accounts of the devastating scenes, something many say are like out of a movie. We keep hearing the term the apocalypse. This Is Us star Mandy Moore posting videos to her Instagram account of the fiery destruction in Altadena, writing, "I love you, Altadena. Grateful for my family and pets getting out last night before it was too late. Honestly, I'm in shock and feeling numb for all. So many have lost, including my family. Our community is broken, but we will be here to rebuild together." Paris Hilton posting a news clip from the local ABC station that showed her family's home in Malibu getting destroyed by flames, writing, quote, "Seeing our home burn to the ground on live TV is something no one should ever have to experience. The devastation is unimaginable. To know so many are waking up today without the place they called home is truly heartbreaking." And actor Billy Crystal releasing this statement with his wife after losing his Pacific Palisades home, saying, quote, "Janice and I lived in our home since 1979. We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of our house was filled with love. Beautiful memories that can't be taken away. We are heartbroken, of course, but with the love of our children and friends, we will get through this." And actor James Woods, who once starred on the television show Shark, openly wept in an interview on CNN as he talked about his immense loss and the search for his neighbors. As the fire spread across the hub of the entertainment world, organizers have postponed multiple movie premieres, television productions, and awards shows. The Critics' Choice Awards, originally scheduled for Sunday, are now moved to January 26th, and the Oscar nominations announcement pushed back 2 days to January 19th. An NHL hockey game involving the Los Angeles Kings was postponed last night. Also, the NFL is monitoring the conditions as the Los Angeles Rams are slated to host a playoff game on Monday night. President Biden announced Wednesday he has canceled his final international trip of his presidency as he will remain in Washington, D.C. to monitor the deadly fires in Southern California. Biden was set to take part in a 3-day trip to Rome and the Vatican, where he would meet with Pope Francis and the Italian president. His announcement came just hours after meeting his first great-grandchild, born at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Later today, the president will deliver the eulogy at the state funeral for former President Jimmy Carter at the Washington National Cathedral. President-elect Donald Trump will also be attending the funeral. Trump, along with his wife Melania, were among those to pay their respects as the 39th president was lying in state at the Capitol Rotunda on Wednesday. After the funeral, Carter's body will take one final trip back to his home state of Georgia, where he will be buried next to his wife of 77 years, Rosalind. While in D.C., Donald Trump held a private meeting with Republican senators at the Capitol to discuss a strategy for top priorities heading into his second term. While speaking to reporters, Trump spoke about the wildfires in California, calling them a true tragedy. As thousands of Americans paid their respects to President Carter at the Capitol, one man was arrested Wednesday at a security screening for people waiting to view the late president as he lies in state in Washington. Capitol Police say the man, identified as D.C. resident Mel Horn, had a machete and 3 knives in a bag, which were spotted as it went through an X-ray machine at about 2 p.m. Wednesday. He's now facing multiple charges of carrying a dangerous weapon. Capitol Police also said officers arrested a Virginia man who lit a bag containing accelerants on fire on top of his car near the Capitol. They do not believe the 2 incidents are connected. A potentially crippling strike averted for now. Longshoremen reached a tentative new contract deal yesterday with shipping and port companies along the east and Gulf coasts of the U.S. The United States Maritime Alliance, representing ship lines and port operators, and the union, the International Longshoremen's Association, say they've agreed on a 6-year deal. However, the agreement is not official until ratified by union members. The ILA represents 50,000 members who fill 25,000 jobs at 14 ports from Maine to Texas. If this deal had not been reached, port workers were set to go on strike beginning next Thursday. Details of the agreement have not yet been publicly released, but sources close to the matter say it addresses a key sticking point for workers: automation. You'll recall back in October, the longshoremen agreed to a wage increase of 62% over 6 years. The 2 sides then pushed the other issues into 2025 to end a 3-day strike. Finally this morning, with all the destruction and loss from the wildfires in California, we leave you with a sense of community in a time of need. Airbnb.org, the nonprofit founded by the company Airbnb, is providing free temporary housing for people displaced by the Los Angeles County fires. You see the hug there. The organization has partnered with the nonprofit 211 LA to connect those who lost their homes or been forced to evacuate with a free place to stay. Airbnb.org says over the past decade, it has provided more than 1.5 million nights of emergency stays for about 250,000 people. Great to see neighbor helping neighbor in this time of need. It really is endearing. Those are your unbiased updates for this Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.